Hi dear. Today I'm going to talk about Enochian magic again, and I'm going in to some other manuscripts from Dr. Rudd. And just since this is in quite old English, even if it isn't old, but there is something, so I just take some points here. And this is things that they suggested to tell in the 17th century and 16th century and so on. To receive good appearance, you ask the angels to do so. Welcome be the light of the highest, and welcome be the messengers of divine grace, and mercy unto us, the true servants and worshippers of the same your God, whose name be glorified both now and forevermore. And when you know they are angels, ought to be good. If the appearance is perfectly known and understood, and by all the signs and tokens perfectly known to be celestial or angelical powers of light, then with due reverent observance say as followeth. O ye servants or messengers of divine grace and mercy, and celestial angels or intelligence, sees powers of light or dignified elemental spirits and mediums of benevolence to mankind, servants of God, you, both now and this time and always are and shall be unto us truly and sincerely welcome, humbly desiring also to be friendly and do for us whatsoever it shall please God to give by your order and office unto you, for the better knowledge and benefit of mankind living here upon earth, and to make us partakers of true sapience and science in the undefiled and sincere sacred wisdom of your creation. And if you ever feel questioned, that goes back to the Bible as well. To know who it is, asking the spirits, in the names of Jesus, who art thou? Then perhaps it will say, I am the servant of God. Then you may say, art thou come from God? Art thou went from him with good tidings or message? Then perhaps it will say to you, or some such like words, what I am he knoweth, and whom I bear witness. Then you may ask its name, saying then, what is your name? Either as it is your own name, is notified amongst the blessed angels, or called by a mortal man. If you be of verity and so of charity, you cannot mislike my speeches. Then it will tell you its name, or say nothing at all. But if it doth tell you his name, then you may say to it, if you be in the name of Jesus, say that all wicked angels are justly condemned, and by that the mercies of God in the merits of Christ mankind elect is to be saved. Then it will give you a sufficient answer to satisfy you, or else will be gone from you. And then it be of good and hath answered your request, then perhaps it will say, Dutch mouth hast required. Then you may say, I did so, for so is his judgment and justice against the impenitent, and his mercy to his elect to this truth. Then you may ask your desire. And there are a lot of things like this that you think, and they are so long prayers, like the prayer to be said before moving and calling forth any of the celestial intelligence to visible appearance by the following keys of provocations. And this is very old-time prayer. Just taking you a short of this, I write down the manuscripts names so you can find them yourself from internet. Almighty, immortal, immense, incomprehensible, and most high God, the only creator of heaven and earth, who by thy word alone hast in thine omniscience among the rest of thy marvelous and wonderful works placed and appointed many hierarchies of sacred celestial angels from thy mighty and unspeakable throne unto the fiery region as ministering spirits of several names, natures, and degrees, orders and offices residing in those 11 orbs or spheres placed one above the other, as the proper mansions of those blessed angels and mediums or superior messengers, both mediate and immediate, of divine grace, light, and mercy amongst the Son of Men from the beginning of time, called sacred celestial intelligence, and so on. And then you have the different callings. You have for Metatron, Raziel, Casiel, Sakiel, Samael, Michael, and Uriel, Anael, Raphael, and Gabriel. And they all have long prayers as well. And then you have the first and second replication, and so on. And since my job was always to translate this to, let's say, Finnish or other things, and to teach this out, but I've done all this praying and so forth in the past. And many times you might want to do it one time to just, that's why I don't say that you need to buy these books, these are the free manuscripts. And there are so many different that are used in different practices and different, like Golden Dawn, and then we have the other orders and so on. And the churches and the monasteries and everything else. And this isn't the necessary thing. The necessary thing is to have a pure heart and ask from your heart. And then we have something that is never mentioned in the modern books, and that is the 10th key. And this is Isim, moving and calling forth to visible appearance the celestial hierarchy of heroes, or choir of blessed souls whose principal governor is Isim, or the soul of Messiah, in the order of animistic, or the heroes residing in that sphere using the estates and the sphere of the elements. And so on. And so, in many ways, you usually prayed for, let's say, hours before you even came to the evocation or calling forth. But this was just, and I will put it out in community and also in Instagram, writing down the manuscripts names. My laptop is broken and my eyesight is too bad on this phone. I can't see what is written if I have the right manuscript. But I know they are free, and copyright stops after 100 years, and these are from the 16th, 17th and 18th century and so on. And now let's show you one of my old books. As you see, there's tape. And here we have, when I first started, I wrote down these prayers, the oration of God, and copied his prayer to learn to pray self. And then it was the heptarchia. But I feel from the angels that we won't be doing heptarchia. We are going a bit higher, since there seems to be that the angels are ready to take you on and teach you themselves. So I'm just asked to be here, to love you, to support you, and try to answer any questions I can. And if you like, let me know. These are the Enochian keys in Enochian, also Vorskoho Iadbalt. But as you can see, that was the must in the old days. You had to write all the keys by hand, otherwise you weren't a magician. So everything had to be done by your own hand. And there are plenty, as you can see. But I can try to, since my eyesight is, I can't, since this phone wants to correct all the words, and My laptop didn't do that. But writing words like Kogask ol oanjo jotorb vohim, my phone goes crazy and it deletes what I wrote even if it was correct. I tried for many hours today. I can't do it on the phone. And I've also read them out, but it's hard to pronounce them for everyone. So it is that I can try to take on photos of them and then post 2 community pages. Since you're allowed to put up 5 photographs, and this will be more. And here we have other thing that we used, especially when I was... Psalm 119 is my favorite. As you always know, I'm always my crutch to lift my spirit up before anything, since then I know I have the 22 angels there with me. But the 7 pentateuchal psalms, and this was especially to connect to Michael, but also other angels, and these were Psalms 6, 32, 38, 51, 102, 130 and 147. And here again you see that it was all down to write in... this goes on, and here we have mistakes. That happens too. So, sadly, things like that happened. But this is another way if you ever doubt and so on. So, I was taught that if you're ever feared of doing a magical operation and so on, you can call to Michael by reciting these psalms. And it takes me about 20 to 30 minutes to recite all these psalms. And it is like a connection ritual, if you ever feel like that you want to connect. And then you have the whole Bible to do so as well. So these were just some... Oh, my handwriting was better back then. My hands didn't shake. Oh, those days when I was young. I start to sound like an old woman here. But I'm just so grateful to have you all here, and there is so much. I had to repair this book, it was falling apart, so this is some sort of glue thing to hold it together. This is blessed by the priest, so I can't throw the book away, same as my old Bible, dear. All the pages have fallen out, but I stuck them together with things so it stays there as under the candle. So I don't throw it away, but I have to keep it since that is the sacred and blessed. And just to show you some things. I have everything, I will show you the other things tomorrow. I have the signs and everything that is handwritten, and I'm trying to upload them to documents so I can share them to you. But this was something that we did just, instead of having the robes and mantles, this was something that it is just so that you feel a little bit more magical. It's a very long necklace, and I have many different variations, but it is one way to make it more feel magical. And then of course we have those who sometimes place these long necklaces around their signs to make a circle. So it is just a tool. You don't need anything. The circle is actually within your heart and within the faith. And and there are many people who say that in the old days they practiced magic with angels with faith. And then the modern books decided to go against that. And Crowley did that mistake of making that it is psychological. And then a lot of black magicians too has gone back to that, telling that that is not the right way. So, but my belief is, if you take it with a good heart and try to connect to your love, what you want to do, help others, whatever it is, take care of animals, love nature, becoming a lawyer, to help people. It can be whatever the cause. It doesn't happen, or that you just want to learn to connect and learn and trying to understand what God wants you to do and how the angels can help. And also how you can support others. Everything is fine as long as this is true and comes from the heart. So let me know if you want me to post up the callings in my writing, if they make interest to you. Since we weren't ever allowed to recite from a book, we had to write it in hand. That was part of the magic. So I hope this inspires you, and have a magical day. Bye for now. And by the way, if I manage to get those photos up, then I will put a link in under the community page as well. I did it with a laptop in the old days, and then internet disappeared, but this is the first time with a phone, so cross your fingers. I love you all. Bye for now.